So Jesus asked what seems to be a simple question, but it's really a pretty tough question. Where can we buy bread so that these people can eat? And all of the answers from the disciple were inadequate. All of them fell short because they just weren't enough. And this kind of shows us how we attempt to answer life's tough questions, right? I put down 3 ways we try and think we can solve the big problems of life. And the first thing is money, right? Philip comes along. He said 8 months' wages isn't even enough money for everybody just to get a little taste of bread. He thought he could, if we had more than 8 months' wages, maybe we could make it happen. If we had enough savings, if we were wealthy men, we could solve this problem, but we don't have enough money. And sometimes we think that if we just get enough money, everything will be okay. But that's not the case, is it? All the money in the world sometimes can't solve the tough problems of life. And that's why often when you look at very wealthy, very famous people, many of them have to take medicine to fight off their personal problems, their depression and the things that overwhelm them, the anxiety. And so money was one attempt to solve the tough question, but it didn't work. And then the second is people. Andrew found somebody else that could maybe be the answer. Maybe this little boy and his little lunch could be the answer, but really, how far can that go among so many? And too many times we try and answer the tough questions of life just by surrounding ourselves with people. You think, if I can get enough people around me, then everything will be just fine. But we put all our hopes in a relationship, and eventually everyone will let you down at some point or another. Right? We're all human. We all fall short. I know that seems like kind of a dark view, but it's true. All of us will fall short and fail. And so if we put all of our hope in people, we're bound to come up short. The third, I put get rid of the problem. Like I said, this event is found in Matthew 14, verse 15, Mark 6:36, and Luke 9:12. And those other writers tell us an aspect of this story that we don't see in John's account. And that's that all of them tell us that the another solution other than, we don't have enough money and here's a little boy, but what can that happen for so far? Their other solution was, Jesus, just send them away. Send the people away. In other words, the problem is too big. Just get rid of the problem and everything will be okay. And Jesus is like, we're far from anywhere. The journey, they may faint on the way. We can't just send them away. We have to solve the problem. Instead of facing tough questions, sometimes we try and just ignore the problem, right? We find ourselves trying to get rid of the problem rather than doing the hard, the difficult work of finding a solution. And we see that these man-made solutions aren't right for a God-sized problem. In fact, I want you to write that down. Man-made solutions will never be enough for God-sized problems.